Hello there, ladies and gents, how you doing, and welcome back to another episode of Foolcraft with me, Patanox. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we do begin, folks, I would just like to take this quick moment just to apologise. I don't know if you can tell already, there's something a bit wrong with my voice. That's right, my nose, just in the last few hours, has got incredibly bunged up, and let me tell you why, right? This is the first weekend in October. The temperature has taken a turn for the worst here in the UK. Temperatures have plummeted, and for the first time this year, I have turned my heat, or first time this season, I have turned my heating on. Which, yeah, that has got to blocked my nose truly, and yeah, I'm sounding rather bunged up. So, with that being said, let's crack on with today's episode, folks. So first things first, folks, I'm going to show you what we've done in between episodes. Now, the most significant factor, I suppose, is down to our power production. If we go to the end solar array, as you can see here, I have gone and set up a warp stone to it, so we can get there nice and quickly. We now have, that's right, we have upgraded our solar array to a tier 3, and we have gone and replaced these solar panels with cryonite solar cells. That's right. This now produces, I think it's around 13,000. Let's just have a look. 24,000, right, okay. Fair enough. Is it passing all that through? Yeah, it appears to be. Oh, it's only actually passing there. I'm guessing it only takes what's needed. But yeah, that produces 24,000, which is fantastic. So that is our power production all taken care of for now. However, we will need to improve that at some point relatively soon. Because once we've got our base up and our main build up and running and start putting machines in, that's going to need quite a lot of power. As you see, we do have this stored here, 12 million, but this drops and goes up very quickly depending on how it's needed. So yeah, we are going to have to upgrade our power production at some point. Now, to upgrade the solar cells, you do need to start collecting the shards from the resource miners. Not the resource miners, sorry, the void ore miners, which we have here. Now, I have got to set up another one. So we've got the tier 1 and tier 2, which we've done before. Now we have a tier 3. That's right, I've got to put a tier 3 in as well. And I've also gone and cleared out some space for the tier 4. And also for the tier 5. So as soon as we have these shards, we can get these built. Now, if we come through to the actual storage section, you can see what I mean. So come on through here. So here we are, up here. You see, we get the litherite from tier 1. Is that one? No, sorry, you get the litherite normally. You get the erodium from tier 1, that's right. Then the cryonite from tier 2. Now from the tier 3, we've been getting palladium, which we need for tier 4. But we also need these for the solar arrays. So we need to let this build up for a time being. Try and get quite a bit more. And then we shall crack on upgrading our solar array as soon as we can. Just so we've got more power. But also, in between episodes, if we come... in fact, you know what? I'm going to fly over there. In between episodes, I have been doing some more work on our tower. Well, I'll call it the tower. At the moment, it is just the mountain. So if we turn our hover pack on. There we go. So, sorry about... In fact, you know what? Let me turn that noise down again. I keep turning it off and on. So, there we go. Right. Let's fly on over. Now, like I said in the last episode, I was building it out of dirt and then swapping that dirt with the basalt thanks to our Foolcraft gauntlet. And I've been getting quite a lot of work done. I think I need to go a bit more north. Is it this way? Yeah, I don't normally fly. Normally I just use the warp stone. Yes, it's over this way, I believe. Nope. Nope, wrong forest. I'm getting lost. Normally I just warp stone over. Here we go. We're coming up to the moorlands now. If we look on the map in the top corner. I know we're flying rather quickly. That's it. Right, so we'll come over the highlands. There's where we were mining out in between the last episode and the episode before. And if we keep coming across this way, I believe should be appearing on the map now. And as you can see on the map, we've been doing quite a lot. And yeah, there we are, folks. This mountain is rising out of the ground like a beauty. It is fantastic. It takes quite a bit of effort to put all the dirt in, but then swapping the dirt out with basalt is so easy thanks to our caster's gauntlet. But yeah, as you can see, folks, we've been cracking on with this. Now, there's a few different levels. So we have this platform here. Now, I need to actually, later on, we need to actually see what sort of power we get from Astral Sorcery. But that's for a future date. But inside, yeah, we need to light this up. There's no mobs spawning in here because I do have some of the mega torches. There's a few on the floor. There's also a few hidden in the walls as well. I mean, that light source is probably one. Just to stop mobs from spawning all over these walls. Because this is a rather big build. Now, I've already got a few ideas for what I want. This is obviously going to be the main entrance just here. Then we're going to have a couple of towers either side with a bit of an archway in the middle. A couple of doors where these gaps are just down here. And then maybe some sort of automatic defense system as well. we'll have to work that out in the future. This circle that we have planned out up here, I'm going to make some sort of skylight up here. I'm not sure what. We're probably going to be using the glowing glass. Where is it? Is it in here? Let's just have a quick look. I know there is a type of glass that you can make that actually glows. But I can't remember where I saw it. I'll have to have a look around and see if I can find it later on to show you. It's not the hardened glass. Enlightened. That's the one. The enlightened clear glass. So you can paint it with colours, so you get a bit of a colour coming through it. But we'll use that to make our stained glass roof. If I can even get my words out. But yeah, we're going to be cracking on, trying to get all of this, the walls for this built at least, because if we come on outside, I don't like just the plain black or the dark, very, very dark grey of the basalt. So we're going to make this look a bit more natural by changing the top block or two of each of these ledges, just like you'd see on a normal mountain. So like, remember what this looks like. We're going to have a look at a mountain and I can show you exactly what I mean. So I've been flying around for a while and this is probably the best example I can find. So as you can see, you've got the stone as a bare surface. Then the last top two blocks, you've got the dirt and the grass. And it's this sort of effect I want to create on our mountain, so it looks a lot more natural. And I'm thinking, because we have the basalt as the stone, maybe the blocks above it, maybe have either a grey concrete or a light grey concrete or something in that sort of shade on the top. So rather than going from stone to dirt, it goes from black, almost dark grey, to a lighter colour on top. So let's head back to the mountain now and we'll figure out what sort of blocks we can use just to give this sort of effect on our mountain. Okay guys, I've got it derped up. At some point on that exploration trying to find that example of a mountainside, I've gone and lost my satchel. That's right, in this section here there was a satchel. It had the tools that I'd made, it had a glider, it had a sleeping bag, it had a golden bag of holding which had a few pieces in it. Yeah, I think at some point I went to get my sleeping bag out. When I put it back in the satchel, I've hit the wrong key and thrown it on the floor. Dang it! Face palm in 3, 2, 1. Ow. And after that little revelation, things just get better and better and better. And I think I've found the main project for this episode, folks. I'm afraid everything we were going to do is going to have to be put on hold, because in order to make the grey blocks, we need ink to make grey dye. Yeah, I don't have any ink. I did have a few stacks and I don't know what has happened to it. So, first things first, we're going to make a squid farm. That's right. Or maybe we won't, because let's be honest guys, a squid farm is so Foolcraft 1. This is Foolcraft 3, god dang. So there is another way that I've found to make the pigments and make the grey dyes and things. Now, if we spell grey incorrectly with an A, grey is spelled with an E, we can see you have these artificial dyes that we can make with industrial foregoing. Now, in order to make these, we need the dye mixer, which is plastic, some dyes, gold gears. Yes, that's fine. The plastic we'll have to get around to making. We'll do that in a moment. But look, in the manual, a dye mixer. It'll produce dye more efficiently than normal crafting. Give it red, green and blue dye. Fill the colour buffers. Give it a laser lens. and that'll focus that colour. So maybe we'll do it this way, because I've never used the Industrial Foregoing mod before. So do we even have anything with Industrial Foregoing? Do we even have the manual? Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, there we are. Industrial Foregoing. Can we make the manual? Yes, we can. Right. So let's just have a look. So we need the plastic, and it is like I say, this is a mod I've never actually used before. This could be magic. Anyway, it's the plastic that we need. So latex. Right. Okay. So we need to get into the latex and the tree fluid. When placed in front of any log, it will produce liquid latex. Slowly consume the log. That's okay, because we can use a mechanical user to automatically place a log in front of it. Tree fluid extractor combined. Right, so. Right, I think it's time we started making some plastic, folks. So we need a tree fluid extractor and a latex processing unit. So let's have a look. What can we make already? So what was it? A tree fluid extractor. Stone? Yep. Can we make that? Okay, so we just need to make the iron gear. Not a problem. One tree fluid extractor. Right, and liquid latex. Where are we? In fact, rather than type in liquid, let's type in latex. Latex. That's the one. Latex processing unit. So, can we make this? What do we need? Right, let's get all the bits for this made. So, another furnace. There we go. Machine frame. Yep, can make that, not a problem. Does that mean we can do it? Oh, we're just missing the gear. Right, iron gear. There we go. And a liquid processing unit. Right, so let's see how we can get this set up. Right then, folks. So, plastic production. We need somewhere to do it. And I've opened up this corridor here. Right, so here we go. This is going to be our Industrial Foregoing corridor. So we're going to make plastic on this side, and then when we get around to our dye production, we'll do that on this side here. So as you can see, I've got to put them a few blocks down, just try and figure out how we're going to do this. I'm thinking I might make some more of these tree fluid extractors, just so they can extract the latex a bit quicker. As you can see, I have a mechanical user in the floor, set to place blocks, and if we put one down, there you go, you see, and that is collecting the latex. Brilliant. Now, we don't want to do that just yet, so thank you. So we need to wait and feed in oak logs into this mechanical user. That's not a problem. We are producing them. If you remember correctly, when we set up our automated food production, we are growing logs. We're using it for the apples, but we are growing logs. So we have log production going, so we'll actually be able to move some of them down here. So that's fine. Now, these make latex. We need to transfer the latex into the latex processing unit. However, it looks like not only does this need power, that's fine. We'll get use the flux power. It also needs water as well as latex. So we need to aqueous, what's it called? I can't remember. We've actually made one already. The Aqueous Accumulator. That's right. We'll set one of these up so that we have a water source down here as well. We'll probably set that up in the wall behind it. Now I believe that this will make tiny rubber, and then we make the tiny rubber using crafting into normal rubber, and then you cook the rubber to make plastic. That's what I believe happens. So what I'm thinking is we'll make a couple more tree fluid extractors, have one here, have one here. I would do 4, but what I'm thinking is maybe we have some glass along here, just so it's all sealed off, so we don't have to mess about with it, and all we see is we'll have a chest hidden somewhere where all the plastic goes into, which is hooked up to our storage system. So it's all a self-sealed unit. We don't have to touch it. We just get the goods out of it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make the few extra machines that we need and try and see if we can get this up and running. Because then when this is done, we can have the plastic being made. Then we can move over to the other side of the corridor and start making our dyes. And there we go, folks. That is a pretty efficient and pretty well working plastic setup. Now, as you can see, I went and made a few more tree fluid extractors. So we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 of these now. And it's not 9, no, because this middle one, I couldn't get one around the back because if you can just see there, we actually have a mechanical user at the back, and that's what places this middle log. So yeah, we actually extract the latex from 3 logs at a time now. They all get channeled through these fluid ducts down and into a tank just below, which allows me, if we just we'll break this, I'll show you. So you can see we have a tank here which holds the latex, and then the latex and the water from this Aqueous Accumulator travel up through an ender fluid conduit, because then I can take both fluids in through one entry point for the processing unit. So you see we've got the fluid water and the fluid latex coming in. So yeah, that's a good way of getting both liquids into one side. And then there we go. So then that produces the tiny dried rubber. These then pass through into a infused crafter, which takes the tiny dried rubber and makes normal dried rubber, the bigger size, and this then gets passed into a redstone furnace, which cooks plastic. So we actually use 3 different mods. So we have industrial foregoing, RF tools, and thermal expansion, and at the end of it we have our plastic. Now it's, in fact, we'll take that plastic out of there, because now it's time to turn our attention to this side, and we'll be making our dye mixer. So what we might do is we'll have 3 tanks that store the red, green and blue dye in the dye mixer, and I'm not sure how this is actually going to get set up. So you know what, let's go make the dye mixer first, and we'll see how this is going to work. So let's see, a dye mixer. Is that it? Yep, industrial foregoing dye mixer. That's what we want. Let's see, what have we got and what do we need? Right, so we've actually got everything apart from the gold gear. Brilliant. So we'll make one of those. There we go. And we have the dye mixer. Right, now let's see, what do we need to put in this? So yeah, we have the different dyes. It needs power, that's fine. And there's some sort of, it said a lens, didn't it, that we need to put on. So let's just see, what lenses are there? These are for the industrial foregoing lenses. Right, so we'll need a storage box for these then, if that's what we need to do. So, let's have a look. What dyes? We're going to need power first. So let's get this set up with some power, and then we'll have a bit of a mess around, see how this actually works. Well folks, I well and truly went down the rabbit hole on this one. It's been a good few hours since that last little clip, and let me show you why. Yeah, we've gone ahead and done quite a bit of messing around, and no, this isn't all we've done. We've also had to sort out this just here. I'll explain all this in a moment. But first of all, let's go through. So, we have the dye mixer. This has power, and we also have a way of getting the dyes in. The dyes come through the item ducts just here from above. Now, as you can see, we have lapis, cactus green, and rose red. Now the lapis, that is very straightforward. That we just channel straight from our ME storage system through a intermediary drawer that's got an export bus on it and is limited to 1 stack, and that comes through into here. Now again, these only hold 1 stack. I've deliberately gone and put in a storage downgrade on every single one of these, just so we try and minimize how much is stored, so we only use it as and when we need it. So yeah, anyway, lapis, that's easy. Cactus green, similar thing to the lapis. We have an intermediary chest that takes the cactus and feeds it up into this redstone furnace. Standard and pretty straightforward. However, the rose red. Now, if we actually have a look in here, let's just see. Rose red, the dye. Now, there's flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. The only way you can actually grow the dye is with beetroots, because all these other ways are all about crushing the flowers. So you see, look, even that. Grow beetroot. So what we've actually gone and done is we found a way to grow beetroot. And that is with the garden cloche from Immersive Engineering. So this is a great little thing. We have 1 beetroot seed, and that grows the beetroot for us. Now, the beetroot is very simple to turn into rose red. We just have that going into an analog crafter. As you can see, just 1 beetroot gives you 1 rose red, and then that gets fed out into our storage. The beetroot seeds, however, get filtered into a trash can. Yeah, we don't need those. So yeah, that's nice and straightforward. I say straightforward, it's relatively simple. Now, to make the lenses that we need for this, if we have a look in the JI, so lens. Now, in order to make this lens, you see, we need pink slime. Now, pink slime in modded, I have always got from the slime islands which are floating in the sky. However, there are none of these in this edition of Foolcraft, so we had to go another way. That is like this. Yes, that's right. We have a cow spawner. The fan blows them into the slaughter area of the mob slaughter factory. And this gives us liquid meat and pink slime, which is funneled into these tanks just here. So let's look at that. 70 buckets of pink slime and 43 buckets of liquid meat. So this is how we're getting pink slime. And if we ever need liquid meat in the future as well, who knows why we might need that, but you never know. So yeah, that is how we've got pink slime. So it took a bit of a while. Not only did I have to get into immersive engineering, because we didn't have any of that. Thankfully I did have some wood from the immersive engineering houses in villages that we found. But I did have to make an engineer's workbench to make the vacuum tubes that you need to make these. But it's all been pretty straightforward. We did have to make this additional section. So we've got an extra area here in case we ever need it. But yeah, we now can make dyes. All I need to do now is make all these different lenses and put them in this chest right here. Oh, and I deliberately put the item ducts in, guys, because watch this. If we turn these on. There we go. Yeah, check that out. I like that. I like that a lot. It's the little things that tickle me. Yes, it is. Now, if anybody's wondering how you get the pink slime from these buckets, I'm going to show you right now. Because what you need to do is you actually need to place it in the world. Now, this is actually the last slime ball I need to get. I only need one. And because I have looted 3 on my sword, we get quite a few. So when you place pink slime in the world, it will cause pink slimes to spawn. It can be rather quick. It can take some time, but we'll have to wait and see. Like I say, this is the last one I need. I only need one more pink slime ball to make the very final lens. I've already got them made, ahead and made the others. One rather annoying thing though, is to make the different coloured lenses, you need a glass pane of that colour. Which means you need to have found one dye at least, which I suppose fair enough. You've made one of the dye of that colour. So now you can go ahead and generate all the rest from the red, green and blue which we've got. Which is fair enough, I suppose. So I've gone ahead and collected all the dyes up. I went and dyed so 8 glass of each one. There we go, there's the pink slime. I went and dyed the glass. I made the glass panes. And then 1 glass pane with 4 of these pink slime balls. Come on. There you go. We got 3 from that one. And as you see, the pink slime disappeared. Yeah, with 4 slime balls, 1 of the coloured glass pane gives you... Whoa, bit of a lag there. Sorry about that. That gives you the coloured lens. So, let's head on in. Must have moved too quick then. I had to give the server a chance to catch up. And here we go. This is the last one. Don't need that. The cyan laser lens. So, let's go on down. And we shall see if we can get this grey dye. And then we can start getting our grey blocks. But of course, once we've got this done, this is probably going to be it for this episode because it has taken a while. So there you are. There's all the different coloured lenses we have. So let's put that in there as well. Now, grey. That's what we want. So let's see how this works. These have all gone and filled up. So if you put that in there. Oh wow, and there you go. Just like that, we get the artificial dye being made. Fantastic. Then we should be able to use that just like... And because we have all this stocked up, look at that backlog. It's not even really suffering. Brilliant. That is amazing. Well, there we are, folks. We can now make any colour dye we want. This has been brilliant. We have plastic being made. We have our dyes being made. And should we need it, we also have liquid meat being made. I'm not sure what you'd need liquid meat for. Liquid meat. Isn't that the stuff that McDonald's used to put in their burgers? And no, anyway. Yeah. Anyway, folks, that is going to be it for this episode. So thank you very much for joining me. If you have enjoyed this episode, please be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and to ring that bell so you get notified when all the new videos come out. We do have a new series coming out. Keep an eye out on Wednesday, folks. We had the very first episode last Saturday. That will be out every Wednesday, so keep your eyes peeled. But until next time, folks, all that's left for me to say is take it easy, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye, guys. Bye. I'm going to crack on with that mountain now. Oy vey.